Hello Gemini, Elsie here to do a reading for you, my friends. Thank you so much for the ways that you loved on this channel last week. Look, you had 931 views on that a Gemini video last week, and that's close enough for me. Whenever there's 1,000 views, I'm here with a bonus read. Make me work for you, Gemini. Thank you so much for the ways that you're loving on this channel. So if you are brand new and you've never been here before, welcome. I hope you'll be in the comments. Some of us like to be there. Not all of us, but some of us do. I hope you will subscribe and hit that bell button so you'll know when I'm uploading. Thursday is generally a day that I do the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So if you are here for your bonus read, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for attending. And if you are somebody who's my ride or die and you keep just clicking and viewing and being in the comments, your thumbs up count. YouTube sees this in the algorithm and helps guide more Gemini energies to us. So thank you so much for doing that. When I do put out a bonus read, if you've never been here before, please know that I do not date or time these reads. They could be current energy for you, but I do intend for them to be predictions. So let's find out what's going on for you, Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Gemini, please. Tell me what's coming up for Gemini if you're cross-watching. Thank you. Okay, there we go. We've got the Eight of Wands. Something has got movement, my friend. We've got traction. The Eight of Wands is about fast-moving energy. It could be about incoming messages too, right? We're looking at present day, right, where we're texting. It could be quick-moving energy that is incoming. I feel like it's coming to you, my friend. It could be going out though. Yeah, let's throw some more cards. Let's find out what's going on here. We've got the Three of Wands. Very interesting. So somebody's looking for expansion. Somebody has been waiting possibly for communication, but I think that you got tired of waiting. I think that you're about to send that communication out possibly, Gemini. Take it as it resonates for you. It might be incoming, might be outgoing. It does look outgoing to me. If you're the one who's been in the Three of Wands, waiting for something to change, waiting for expansion, waiting for something to arrive, maybe you're expecting somebody was going to communicate with you, but they never did. It is now divine timing, my friend. There it is. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is about change. And what's changing is we're going from you having your back to everything and looking out that way. I feel like you've decided to turn around and communicate with somebody. It's time. Yeah, it's divine timing. It's this fated time here. And we do have the Wheel of Fortune, which is great change. So I think what is changing is that you're going to be opening up communication, or you've got some movement here and you're about to move forward into the future. We've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo here. So you could be any one of those. You could have any one of those in your chart possibly, or maybe you're dealing with someone with one of those energies. The Wheel of Fortune card, the ruling planet is Jupiter. This is all very positive stuff. Things are changing right now, which might piss you off just a little bit if you don't like change, but things are changing currently, like right now. Things are in a mode of changing here. We do have the Eight of Pentacles. I think that you were waiting for someone to contact you because I think you've been very busy. And I think you've been very busy working on the self, dropping burdens. I feel like you've been preparing for this moment with the Wheel of Fortune here. You've been preparing for the fated moment by working on the self. I think this is self-mastery, right? It's putting the hard work in on something. And so I feel like while you were waiting, you didn't squander your time, Gemini. I feel like what you did is you began working on the self. So we do have the Ten of Wands here, dropping burdens. You can see the Ace of Wands is not secure, and that it could fall to the ground here. It does feel like somebody was sort of wandering around, carrying a lot of energetic burdens that weren't theirs. It feels like you're kind of bumping into things. This person can't really see where they're going, but they're feeling their way down the path. They know which way they should go. Yeah, it's like you knew which way you should go, but I feel like you were just doing whatever you could do to pass the time, and I think that you did it in the right way, because I feel like all this work that you're doing on yourself is helping you drop some burdens here. Tell me more. We do have the Five of Swords in the reverse. So, I don't want to fight anymore. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I don't want to fight anymore. The Five of Wands in the reverse, it's like you had some things you needed to work out. It's almost like you were standing on a point. it's like, no, I don't care. We have fundamental differences and we're not going to talk about those things. And I don't care. I'm not coming to your way of thinking and you're not ever going to come to my way of thinking. So maybe we just need to part. So it feels like you no longer want to fight it. You're not fighting carrying these burdens anymore. And you're not fighting the change that comes with the Eight of Pentacles. You're no longer fighting the universe here. I love it. I love it. I love it. So what were you waiting for, Gemini? Tell me what you were waiting for. You were waiting for communication, I believe, because we do have the Page of Cups here. You were waiting for someone to communicate with you again. And it may have been after some sort of argument or a fallout here. And I don't believe it was huge. I believe it was fairly small. The Page of Pentacles is here, which tells me it was a 3D struggle. And so it was a struggle about something that was in the material world. So you might have been struggling with money or your home or your finances, or it feels like that at the time when your back was turned and you were waiting for someone to communicate with you, that you were dealing with some struggles here. We do have the Page of Cups, which tells me that you were waiting for some sort of an incoming message. Like it feels like once we stopped talking, you're waiting for an incoming message. But then it feels like after working on yourself, like while you were waiting, you were working really hard on yourself, dropping burdens, understanding some things, realizing you weren't as mad as you thought you were. And I feel like you were waiting for a message to come in, but it didn't. So I feel like you're ready to send a message out to somebody here. We've got the Ten of Swords. It's telling me that there was a betrayal or a really painful ending. We came to the ending of something that was really hard in the interim. Like I'm going to say, like, you just don't go from 1 to 10 just like that. It feels like, it's painful, it's cutting. It's like the Five of Swords, we argued. Then the Six of Swords, we decide to move away from each other, or I'm leaving. The Seven of Swords, and it's because of lies. I don't really trust what's under the surface, things being concealed. Not necessarily lying to somebody, but keeping things under the surface and not sharing things with them. So it feels like somebody here feels like this came to an end because there was no communication. We weren't talking to each other. It was a terribly painful ending here. But I think what was born out of this Ten of Swords, because although the Ten of Swords is a painful ending, it's also a release, understand, right? You get released from all of that pain and you go to the Ace of Swords and it's time to talk again. It feels like after the release, somebody really worked hard on themselves, dropped these burdens and became the Emperor. That could be you or that could be them. Take it as it resonates here. But the Emperor is masculine leaning energy. The person who is really been working on their stability, building the empire. It's like the person who's into world domination. So I feel like what you did is you turned your back on the pain. You actually alchemized that pain, right? The Ten of Swords is a lot of terrible betrayal and pain, silence. But I feel like you alchemized that pain and turned it into Emperor energy. That you took the lessons and you learned from them with the Eight of Pentacles, rather than just being bitter and just recoiling from life. It actually built you to this place. Wow. It actually built you to a place of stability. Stability, conquering, I'm in charge, I'm doing what I want. You took charge of your life, Gemini, and I love that. Look, the Empress just showed up. I feel like you're ready to now go face to face with the Empress. I feel like there was a really terrible ending between you and the Empress. Now, maybe y'all weren't emperors and empresses the last time you seen each other because you've really been working on yourself. Maybe they were an empress, or maybe you are the Empress. Take it as it resonates. We've got the Emperor and the Empress, and look, they're actually facing each other. So it looks like we're ready now. Why? Because of its divine timing. That's why. So we are ready for the moment of alchemy here. We've got Temperance on the bottom of the deck. Tell me about this this fated moment here, because we do have divine timing that has shown up here. I just dropped a bunch of cards and there was a Page of Wands at the bottom, so I do believe there is going to be some communication. It will be the Emperor that sends the communication, because the Emperor is the one who is the one who will step forward first, because the Empress is manifesting and not chasing. There it is. It came back out. Okay, so we do have the Page of Wands here. So I do believe you're ready for something new. You're ready for a new exciting path. You're ready to maybe do something that's impromptu, or maybe you feel like you're taking a bit of a risk, but it's really not a risk because the Wheel of Fortune is here. What it is change. You've changed your mind. You've changed your direction. You've dropped some burdens, and it's time for you now to go on some sort of an exciting impromptu path. I feel like you're sending a message, right? We got the 8 of Wands under here. I feel like you're sending a message to the Empress here. We do have the 8 of Cups. And then we have the 7 of Cups. So this is a very overwhelming feeling. And that's why I think that the Page of Wands is here, because the Page of Wands is never planning anything. This is not the planner, right? This is the person who is just going to go and do it. I'm just going to throw that wand in the air. I'm going to throw that wand in the air and hope that things are going to grow. It's going to be... maybe it's going to be, feels like a little bit of a risk, because I feel like that there is space between you and the Empress right now. I feel like the 8 of Cups is telling me that we've been departed from each other emotionally for a very long time. And this thought of sending a message to somebody here is really quite overwhelming. It feels like you do have to make a choice here, and I feel like you want to do that, but it is emotionally overwhelming. Tell me about this 5 of Swords in the reverse here, because I feel like you've dropped the burdens of whatever argument went on between you and somebody else here. But I also feel like it's been a very long time since you spoke with them. I feel like you do have love feelings for this person. You do wish for the Ace of Cups. It's a brand new path in love, or a brand new path in getting our emotions back together. Right here, we're apart, right? So it feels like what you want to do is take this cup, add it to the 8, and then we have the 9, which is wish fulfillment. I feel like you're not angry anymore. I feel like you don't want to fight. I just heard Michael Jackson in my head say, I'm a lover, not a fighter. If you know, you know. Yep. And we do have the Moon energy here, and we have the 3 of Pentacles. So I feel like what you want to do is take it slow. The Moon energy tells me that things aren't really... things are not as you think they are, or things are not as they seem. So I want to say that if you have not spoken with this Empress, I feel like things are not as they seem. And what doesn't seem, what things are not as they seem, I feel like with this Ace of Cups and this 3 of Pentacles, that I feel like you want to start again at the 3 Pentacles. And maybe you two are friends, right? That's what this is. This is the 3 of Pentacles, which is I'm on your team, you're on mine, I support you, we're collaborating, we're cooperating. Maybe you met them in the Pentacle world, like maybe it was at work or volunteering, or maybe you two have already started something in the Pentacle world when it ended, right? When that ending came up here, that we do have 3 Pentacles. So maybe you got to the friendship stage for some of you. But I do feel like that if you've decided to go forward here and start again where you were at the 3 of Pentacles, I feel like it grows if you can nurture it. If you're ready to nurture it with the 7 of Pentacles, even though it's been a long time, it could be years for some of you, I feel like it does work out for you here. I feel like first you had to see the situation by dropping these 10 wands, and while you were carrying them around, there was no way you could see the situation. Tell me what the outcome is for the Emperor and the Empress, please. The possible outcome for the Emperor and the Empress, please, for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We do have the Knight of Pentacles. So I want to say that there's been a significant amount of time that has passed. We do have the Ace of Pentacles in the hand of the Knight. And when the Knight shows up, it's been years. It can be years, right? I do see 1 Pentacle, so it could be a year or more. We've got 3 Pentacles here. We've got an Ace of Pentacles here, so it could be like 3, 4, 5 years for some of you. But I feel like it's, for others of you, it's like it's been a year. And I feel like you were about to communicate with this Empress again here. We do have the 4 of Pentacles. You've never been able to let the Empress go. 4 of Pentacles and the Empress here. You've never been able to let this person go. We do have the 4 of Swords. So I want to say that the healing that came is what made you the Emperor, first of all. Second of all, the healing, the time apart from the Empress has healed you. That you now know that you've never been able to let go of this person. And I think it's because you two started some sort of a foundational friendship first, that maybe it didn't get to a place of love, but maybe there was an argument over something here that split you two up. But I feel like now you know that this person is calling you in. If you're the Emperor, you might feel a draw to communicate with the Empress. If you're the Empress, you may be manifesting this Emperor here. Things are about to change, transform. Somebody is getting out of their head, feeling like they can't do anything, feeling like their hands are tied and they can't really see which direction to go. But it does feel like there is going to be a realization of feelings here. I do still have romantic feelings for the Emperor or the Empress, depending who you are, and it's time to get out of this energy here. It feels like this here brings you to a place of thinking about it. At least you get out of the Eight of Swords. You're no longer silent. The Ace is here in the hands of the Page. Maybe you've been watching this person and been stuck up in your head here, but I feel like in watching them that you've realized that you've been away from them for too long, that you've been silent with them for too long, that possibly your intuition, Pisces energy, is telling you that it's time to get back and speak with this person again. So I think you're watching them now, or maybe you're going to be sending them a message. Take it as it resonates. But there is something that's transforming between the Emperor and the Empress here. And I do believe that the Emperor is going to be connecting via communication with the Empress here. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you so much, Gemini. I'll be back because I'm always back, my friends. Thank you so much for all the love. I'm out. Bye-bye.